Welcome back to the Purpose Works, and I'm Jane Lauterback. Today we're going to change the way that you think about networking. Everybody thinks that networking is this transactional, icky thing. I got to ask somebody for something and I don't even know them, and I'm asking for something I would never ask anyone before. That's not what we think about at the Purpose Works when we think about networking. Networking is about meaningful relationships. And if we think about how we want to build thoughtful, interactive, sharing resources, ideas, someone to brainstorm with, having a mentor, whatever those things are, that's what networking is all about. Because what we really have to understand is that the greatest success, and it's regardless of what success means to you, is how do we create meaningful relationships. We know in the work that we do here at the Purpose Works, the three most important things to being fulfilled at work are having an identity, having connections, right, and feeling connected to something, and having a community. How do we do that? That's being engaged in our community and just thinking of all the different places that we can get connections and relationships, big one, small one, every day, whatever. But that's really what we need to think about when we think about networking. In fact, don't even use the word networking anymore. Kind of take it out of your lexicon. Reframe that, because it's really about how do you want to engage with people and be interested and interesting. Because if we can create that exchange, one, it makes people feel comfortable, they're more at ease to share, and there's so much work that needs to be done and so much sharing that needs to be done. It's how we're going to get to those important, big, kind of mission-driven kinds of outcomes. What usually gets confusing for people is I don't even know how to start. So here's a couple things to do. One, think about it like you think anything like a practice. You're not going to kind of lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks. You want to do it slowly, gradually, get comfortable with it. You don't want it to be a chore. You want it to be something that you enjoy doing. Think of it this way. You're making friends. That's all it is you're making friends. And they could be your next door neighbors. You just never know where someone has an idea or wants to make an introduction, and you do too. It's not about taking, it's all about how you just want to give back and share, and then it gets bigger and bigger, which also means it gets better and better. The other thing is partly is learning how you want to talk about yourself. What is it about your background that's going to be of value to somebody else, and how do you talk about that? And we suggest that think about what the 3 things you want someone to know about yourself that's going to be helpful to them, and just practice it. That's why they take shows into previews, so that you can practice what it is. So practice, say it into your phone, record it, listen to it, and keep doing it. And you know what, the more you do it, like anything, you build a better muscle. So that way too, you feel more comfortable and you have confidence as well. And also just, be thoughtful about who you want to engage in those conversations with. And the more that you figure out who you want to engage in those, then you know exactly what would be an interesting thing to share, questions to ask, right? Making it meaningful for everybody. And the other one is, like anything, challenge yourself. Say that, I'm going to do that 3 times this week. I actually challenged myself. This was a pre-COVID thing that I had to go to an event and I really didn't want to go, but I was committed to going. And so on a very probably one of the hottest days of the summer in New York, which you really don't want to be here for that, I got on the subway to get to where I was going. I've lived here a long time and I should figure out knowing where I want to go. I got off at the wrong station and I had to walk like 3 major extra blocks to get to where I was going to go. I could have turned around to go home. I was like, no, I was committed to going. And when I got there, I didn't really find anyone to connect with or have a good conversation with. But what I left with was feeling really good that I actually did it. And I made it to the event, and I made that commitment to myself. And it makes it easier for the next time too. So there's lots of learning in things beyond sometimes what the actual expected takeaway is. And then lastly, it's kind of part of this, is just knowing that in this exchange and in building any kind of friendship, it's not about greed or currency or anything. And the most meaningful kinds of exchanges are the ones when we can be generous. In fact, another great statistic, which I've shared before because I just really love this one, is the two things that make us happy: doing something for somebody else and dancing. So you can't go wrong. So if you found this video of value, please share it with others. And of course, we all welcome your comments. Thank you.